Hello guys, welcome, and it kind of seems that I'm gonna read for myself as well. In fact, it does look like that my ass is first on the line here. As Karen, thank you so much for your super chats. One for me, one for Pisces Moonbeam, and of course Pisces Moonbeam kind of returns the favor. As it is a trend for what it seems into the channel, which you will have your reading as well at the end of the live stream for what is that you need to know, as the topic is. So let me guys put these super chats here into the list, and we're gonna be good to go. And Mattia, thank you so much for your 10 US dollars. Thank you, Mattia. As usual, make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading on the topic, which is what is that you need to know as of this moment. So hello everyone. Like I said, welcome to the channel, and we do have one of my favorites today. In fact, one of the two things I am planning to kind of like revive a little bit the channel and the content into it, see how this is gonna go. I think that I have rested enough. But with that said, if you have paid attention to the thumbnail, you can see 3 cards being in there. 2 of them which are kind of like a reason anyone to, I don't want to say freak out, but kind of like gets concerned. And the first one that we had, that is the Ace of Cups, the 5 of Cups. So these are pre-pulled cards. When I was about to make the thumbnail, I focused on what is all of us, okay, like a collective, need to know as of this moment, and I drew the cards. So the first one, like I said, 5 of Cups here. From one side that we do have, that is going to be the 10 of Swords, and the final one that we have as a collective, that is the Chariot, right? So the third one, that is going to be the Chariot card, just like that. I think I never used this tarot before, and the tarot that's, or rather like I haven't used it on the channel except into my daily readings. And for anyone who likes this deck, that is a quest tarot, I believe, how you translate it into English. So that's a quest tarot, and it seems that the message for all of us, it's a bit kind of revealing, so to speak. For according to these cards that we do have, they want us to, and I really do hate that message, truth be told, because this isn't how my life operates, okay? But according to these cards, and funny thing, I talked about that recently with someone. But what these cards are asking us to focus on is to the hard things in life, and kind of like give them a second chance, so to speak. And if you are following me for a long time, you know that I'm a person who is kind of like going with the flow, you know. I mean, whatever wants to happen, that's great. Whatever doesn't want to happen, will probably, it's not meant for us. But according to these cards, you know, the path to wish fulfillment, so to speak, it's dappled with disappointments and even with losses, if you will. But once you do set a goal or you choose a direction, according to what we need to know, it is that should the result be tangible, meaning, you know, it's possible to be accomplished, we shouldn't give up on it. Simple as it's simple as it, and it is plain like that. And also what we need to know is that if should we decide to let go of, you know, what we are chasing as of this moment, we better be certain that that is something we really want. For according to the cards, if we do decide to walk away right now, okay, it's gonna be for good. So therefore we better really mean it. And that is literally the message that we have to kind of like allow to sink in, or rather like we should swallow it down and think a night or two, or sleep a night or two on it, and decide how we want to proceed forward. That kind of like gives me some kind of a material to think on. Anna, welcome to the channel and to the stream. I hope you do enjoy it as always. And to your question that I saw that you messaged me, when do I sleep? Well, I do live in Bulgaria, Anna, and that is 7 hours forward from United States, from East Coast. But I am accustomed to working with United States, so I usually fall asleep around 4 a.m., 5 a.m. every morning. I sleep throughout the late afternoon on the next day, and that is literally my clock, or biological clock. Circadian rhythm, I believe it is how you call it. So this is the collective message. And now what will happen is I'm gonna explain you how the stream is gonna run. Hello Charlie, welcome to the stream. So within this stream, I'm going to make 12 readings, which are going to be one for each star sign, starting from Aries, ending up with a Pisces. But also there are going to be 3 gifted readings, or 3 readings giveaway. I don't know how to put it into words, but long story short, guys, 3 of you are going to get a free reading with me, which is going to happen here on public, and is going to happen at the breaks. So after each 4 star signs, I'm going to announce a break that will happen after Cancer, first one, after Scorpio, the second one, and the final one is going to be when I am done with all of the star signs. And within those breaks, you get to ask your question that you want me to read using tarot cards. And I'm going to give you to do so about 5 minutes, and at the end of these 5 minutes I'm going to pick one question and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Sandy, thank you so much for your $5 US. Just so you know, you do not get to ask questions with Lenormand. I mean, they show what they show, right? But recently, I don't know why, but it's kind of like I'm pushed to do more Lenormand readings than not, and people don't understand that they cannot ask a question. They just tell me what they want to know about, and when I tell them, you know, you don't get to ask a question, they say, all right, fine, let's see what they show, and the cards are showing exactly on that question. So it's kind of interesting. But thank you Sandy, for your $5 US. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your Lenormand draw. Thank you. Let me put you in the list. All right. So yeah, so there are going to be 3 of you guys that are going to get a free reading, which is going to happen, like I was saying here, public on the channel due stream. And after I'm done with all that, then the super chat comes to play. Anyone who supports me, the channel, Pisces Moonbeam as well, through a super chat, which is literally a YouTube form of donations, you are gonna have your reading at the end. That's pretty much given. And for anyone who wishes to have a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you can find in the description down below. And there at the very front page of my website, you will see a full list of my services. There are pricing as well, and based on your needs and your budget, you can go for whichever one suits you best. My personal recommendation, you go for the Skype live one. That's you get the most for your money. Okay, that is miles better than any recorded service whatsoever. Right, so moving forward, we do have Aries now on our hands. Hello, Corey from Hawaii. That is one of these few places in the globe I would love to visit one day if I have the chance to do so. All right, so for a Aries, first one that is going to be the Queen of Wands here. What we have, catalyzed from one side with the 10 of a Cups, and then from the other that is going to be the 9 of Wands for what it seems. So the third card we have for the for Aries, that is going to be the 9 of Wands. Okay. So we do have these three cards. And it seems that what you need to know is that you do have a person around you that it is not happy at all of how the situation is, or you know, that's one way to see it, but they may not be happy of what they mean to you. They may not be happy of how things are developing in between you two, what you think. You know, it's just they are not happy how they stand in your life right now. Okay, and this isn't this doesn't mean that they are angry at you. That's not what I am saying here. Unhappy meaning that they wish things to be different, at least at this particular stage. So what are they going to do about it? Well, according to these cards, Aries, this individual here will try to change things around to the best of their ability. So we do have someone who does carry his own very benign attention to intentions. I'm sorry, not attention, but intentions towards you and toward your situation. So what kind of a person that is? What is that you do have at your hands right now? Well, with these cards, it seems that this individual, it knows you very well, or at least it's used to handle people of your nature. Okay, so they do understand your weaknesses. They do understand as well your strengths, and they can navigate with that. And if you do have, for example, if you do have this one as an enemy, they will know your weakness and they're gonna hammer it down until you break. Not in this case though. Okay, in this case, I do think by the look of the cards, it is that this individual will try to find a bridge towards you, or I don't know what situation you may find yourself with them. Okay, but they will try to melt the ice, so to speak. Another thing about this person, guys, it is that they are very active in a sense of that they always want something to happen, and that could be very well a reason that they are displeased. Maybe, you know, the situation in between you two is in halt, you know, and nothing is moving, and they will try to stir it back. Okay. So I really hope that this one you have here as a individual, it's someone you do business with, or you work with, or you're friends with. Why is not good if this individual is in your romantic environment? Well, it is because the number one reason why they could be displeased of the situation in with you when it comes to romance, when it comes to a, how can I put it into words? Yeah, a romantic drive moving forward. It is that they're jealous. Okay, that is the number one reason, and they're jealous because they do have a pretty heavy experience with failures behind their back. So in every smile you do, or in every, how can I put it into words, in every open reaction you do have towards somebody, they see a allowance of advance, and they grow jealous into that. And this is never a good reason to change things around, because this one here, that is what you need to know, that they are determined to change things around, but based on their image. Because remember, it is not that the situation isn't happy, they are unhappy with the situation. These are two different things. They will try to make the situation more acceptable for them, and when they set themselves a goal, they don't let go. I mean, they do have that will to prevail. Okay, so I do hope that you do play that situation very well with this individual, and I do hope that they are, after all, about business with you. Because if that's the case, that means that they are unhappy of how much the business makes. I'm sorry, of how the business is moving forward, and they will do everything in their power to make the business more successful. So Pisces Moonbeam, you said something about that this is speaking to your Aries rising. All right, that's a thing, I know. Chandra, thank you so much for your $5. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the topic, which is gonna be a tarot draw. I almost forgot here. All right, so it's gonna be a tarot draw for you, Chandra. Thank you, Vero. I hope you do enjoy the stream as well. All right, next one. We do have Taurus on our hands, guys. So the first one for Taurus, that is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Followed by the Five of Pentacles. And then the third one is going to be, a Hermit is the third one. If that was a personal reading, I would have asked the questioner, is your mother still around? You know, is your mother still among us? Because that very much looks like someone that it is a mother, or it has a motherhood influence into thy life. Because what happens here is that you also need to, what is that you need to know, Taurus? It is that you also have somebody around you, okay? Just like Aries has someone. But the influence of the person you have around you is very different from the one that Aries has. The influence of the one that you do have, it's all about making you as secure as possible, okay? So how this is gonna happen? here by the look of these cards at least? Well, first and foremost, that person will try to pick on all the and for the lack of better word, I'm going to use the word noxious. Okay, so they will try to pick on all of the noxious things you have around you, like noxious habits, noxious people, generally lifestyle. Okay, so all the habits you have which are causing more hassle than actually good, all the habits you have which are causing troubles. For example, if you do have a habit of a gambling, that's obviously something that causes troubles, and that person is gonna pick on that habit. But the way that they're gonna pick on it is very interesting. Okay, instead of harping on you that you are ruining your life, which is the worst approach you can use towards someone, that is in my opinion, I'm not a psychologist, one more time, but every time someone takes on that approach, how I'm ruining my life, I'm shutting down. And that is a response for the majority of people around. So the interesting way how this person is going to approach the situation, it is that this habit you have, or whatever it is, habit or a love or a situation, whatever it is that it is noxious and that it is causing problems in a way you live, they will try to kind of like separate it, a skill and how can I put it into words, a skill in a situation. I'll try to explain, to elaborate into it a little bit further here. So let's go back to the example of gambling. So if you are a good gambler, they will approach that, and they will attack the situation that you are gambling your life away. But instead of telling you how bad you are, they will emphasize that this skill of gambling, or a courage of gambling, or whatever you put it into words, can be put into something constructive, that you don't have to gamble your life away to feel the thrill of gambling. Okay, so they will pinpoint these weaknesses and will try to transform them into a strength. And what do you know, one of these weaknesses that you may think you have is going to happen to be a quite of a substantial blessing and quite of a substantial strength in your life. In fact, it's going to pinpoint quite of a solid direction that you should take. So what you need to know is that you should expect a major change into lifestyle coming up very soon, which is going to resolve a lot of your concerns. And these are concerns that are, or rather like troubles which are concerning your lifestyle. Okay, maybe your diets or the way you eat, maybe the way you have your day-to-day routine. Okay, maybe how you tackle with intimacy, or how you tackle with work, and all that that this person is going to approach. It is that, or bottom line here of how this person is going to present things around, it is that you do have so much potential, or they will try to make you understand you do have so much potential and you are wasting it, and you are going to believe them, and that is what is going to force the change into the lifestyle, from where things are going to start getting better and better. And like I said, something you will end up developing or growing into a essential and substantial direction. Simple as that. Hello, Jessica. And that is what you need to know, Taurus. And if you feel alone, and it's that you are sitting with your back against the wall, and you do have somebody who is harping you and is pressuring you, they're doing it for your own good. They want you to make like I said, changes into a way how you're dealing with life, because the way they see it, it is that you are not just only harming yourself, but you are wasting potential. And for what it seems here, at least according to these cards, it You don't have to listen to everything, but to what is important, you will listen. All right, so that was Taurus, and now moving next, we do have Gemini. First one for Gemini, Nine of Pentacles. Followed by the second for Gemini, that is going to be the Ten of Cups. And the final one, that will be the Two of Cups. These three cards. I don't know what to say. So here, without a doubt, no, it's not without a doubt, because this is a general reading, and it could play out in a few ways. Hello, Non. So I'm gonna touch on career a little bit, okay? So what do you need to know as it touches your career, Gemini? It is that into the next few days, few weeks, couple of months here, okay, you are very likely to experience very pleasant environment. Now, should you be looking for work, it seems that you are gonna hit the jackpot, okay, because you will stumble upon a pretty nice deal for yourself as a starting up a job. Or if you are doing deals, you are going to stumble on a pretty nice deal that is going to solve a lot of your issues, like for example monetary issues. It's what you need to know is that you are on the, I don't know how to put it into English here, but let's put it that way. You are about to step on the top of the world, okay? And that is as far as the career goes. However, when it comes to social interactions and intimacy, we are jumping into a brand new level here. So if you are single, definitely what you need to know, it is that your next romantic interest is just behind the corner, okay? And it's gonna be a big one. It seems that it will carry on, at least at the start, everything you have ever wanted. But if you are now in love, and I know there is a lot of ifs, but these energies, they do touch literally everything. Okay, that is like having a chart. The chart touches on everything. Okay, you cannot just focus it into a one direction. It goes everywhere, and this touches on everything. So if you are right now in love currently, what you will understand, what is that you need to know, it is that you don't need anything else. And that is pretty much as far as the Gemini reading goes. Bottom line here for you, Gemini, it is that it's soon you will kind of like realize that you do have everything you need, okay? And from there, what we can see in these cards is that only thing left for you to do is to accept it. Very important is to accept it and to make leap into it. Simple as that. Question is, can you do it? Okay, so when we talked about love, there is a condition, couple of three conditions. Well, no, let's reduce them down to a couple of conditions, because the last two are very similar. Okay, So the first condition is that you have to, how can I put it into words? You have to see it as a blessing, okay, rather than as a hassle. So it comes very close to that, you know, when you see love, you have to accept it for that love is, right? You don't have to, you should not approach it with any conditions. How do you call it? Biases, and so on and so forth. And the second thing is that this, when we say love, usually people understand relationships. Well, we are going to take it one step further here, and I'm going to say unity. Okay, so that is what we have at hand. And that can only happen if you pretty much swallow your pride and stumble your shyness. These are the two conditions that we do have. Can you do that? If you can, well, then I would say congratulations. It seems that you will see who is there for you when it comes to love and intimacy, whether you are in a relationship right now or not. If you can't, well, too bad. But what you need to know is that your happiness is around you, and if you are unhappy right now, that is, at least according to these cards, it is because you do not see it as a blessing, you don't count it as a blessing, and you definitely do not want that blessing in your life, which is a shame. All right, so that was for a Gemini. Now moving next, we do have Cancer. All right, for Cancer, Eight of Cups is the first one, followed by the Sun, and the last one, that is to be the Seven of Swords. Those three cards. And I would need a moment here, guys. Anna, thank you for your 20 US dollars support. Thank you, Anna. I assume you do want a tarot draw rather than Lenormand. That is such an awkward breed. So let me try to explain you something here. That is one of the rare occasions which we do have enemies, but they actually work as a one, okay? And it's something like what I like to call it this yin and yang thing, okay, where they both are opposite to one another, but they actually do the thing, or kind of like get the job done, so to speak. So let me try to show you here. We do have the prime of yours, which is the Eight of Cups, okay? And I'm not gonna dive into very deeply into the card, but bottom line with the Eight of Cups, it is that, you know, right now things are not ideal, whether with your job or with your love life. But if you're willing to kind of like let go of it and just move on forward to the next thing, the future promises great stuff, okay? However, we do have the Sun next to it, and these two, they are enemies, okay? So ultimately, someone, when they move on because they want to be happy, right? There is no other reason why you should move on. However, as we do have the sun here, it kills the Eight of Cups, which points that the happiness is now here around you. And that is a big thing that you need to know. Basically, what it says, it is that your natural growth, you currently hold it around you. And as the Eight of Cups stands as the prime card, it means that you do not like it. You do not like what is your natural growth. Well, I have a news for you. It doesn't change that that's your natural growth. Okay. So if you hold in your hands a career path that right now you do not see appealing, well, according to these cards, that career path pretty much promises you expanding energies of growth and monetary success. As simple as that. Should it is a relationship that you do hold in your hands and you do not find it very appealing, well, it's going to be deprived of any problems whatsoever, okay? It's going to be... This is what I like of the sun when it comes to relationships, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with love, although that doesn't mean that love should not be there, okay? It's just the focus is different. And the focus of the sun card, it is the happiness, okay? So, what I mean of that? Well, what I mean it is that it's a very unique state and situation. It is when you feel happy when you see the other person happy and vice versa. That is a very unique thing, very rare thing. I would say even phenomenon in our society, because people, they end up in something because that makes them happy. Simple as that. If someone wants to be with you, they don't want to be with you because you are happy. They want to be with you because they're going to be happy, and that's perfectly normal. But there are those phenomenal situations, okay, or phenomenal, yeah, it's let's call them situations, all right, phenomenal situations, which someone kind of like stumble upon somebody else and realizes that when that somebody else is happy, they are happy, and that's why they want to be with them, okay? Simple as that. And the sun card marks that exactly. And this is why it's deprived of problems, jealousy, resentfulness, wrangles, arguments, fights, and so on and so forth. Because all that you want, or all that you will want, is to see the other person happy, and all they will want is to see you happy. And that is literally the natural progression of what you have in front of you. And I don't know if this is gonna break it for you or not, but what you need to know, according to these two cards, it is that what you want doesn't matter. I'm sorry that this is how it stands, but this elemental dignity shows exactly that. What your agenda is right now, it doesn't matter, because sometimes, or in this case you, what do you want, it's not of your best interest, according to these cards, okay? Because even if you get what you want, according to them, it doesn't look like that you're gonna like it at the end. So that is the concept. It's a pretty heavy message, and it seems that you do have a lot to think about and even talk about, Cancer. Jessica, thank you so much for your $7 support. Let me know which one do you want, a Lenormand or a tarot. Right now is going to be default a tarot draw, but if you do wish Lenormand draw, I'm gonna do Lenormand instead. 1 second. Alright guys, so this concludes the first 4 star signs, and now we are entering into a break. Within this break, one of you is gonna get a free reading with me, and all that you gotta do in order to participate into it, just input a question into the comments down below, and in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna pick one of your questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Yeah, should anyone wants to go through PayPal, is gonna send me an email directly, and I will see it. All right, so if you, like I said, if you do have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Shop closes in 3.5 minutes. Yeah, debit cards are gonna go through, none, or at least most of them does. Yeah, and into the description down below as well. None. Use the link into the description down below. All right. So, will I find a job I like and fits into my schedule? Christina Garza asks. Let's check it out. All right, Christina. those are your cards. Okay, so we do have the Five of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Swords. Moving on next, this is going to be the Death card. And the final one, that is going to be Judgment. So, according to these cards, it seems that the worst case scenario for you is going to be that you are going to jump from one job to another until you settle, which settlement is going to be by the mid of February next year. Now, bear in mind that's a time frame, okay? It doesn't mean that the end of February next year you're going to settle. It means that from now up until that point you're going to settle. The thing is that no, you won't find that job. It's either going to be the job you want or it's going to be the job that fits with your schedule. But by the time you find that job, you are going to be okay with either of these things not to be true. Okay? So either by that time your schedule will be different and you wouldn't care if the job fits with it or not, fits with your current schedule or not, or you will have a different wishes for what you are to work. So what you want right now is not going to be what you want as a job when you find the job, but you will end up in a job that's, how can I put it into words, it's going to be important for you, and you will see it as a blessing that it is happening to you. I hope that this answers to your question. Couple of minutes now, guys, to catch up my breath, and I'm gonna move to the next four star signs, which are gonna be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and finally we have a Scorpio. I saw a comment, where is Taco? Well, it's Friday, guys. I mean, we know Taco, probably he's out partying, okay? So, Jessica, you want me to put that into your super chat? You're welcome, Christina. Yeah, K Monarch 1. Cannot tell you where you're gonna find your true love, because there are a few things that needs to be checked first. First one is that, are you gonna find it at all? Because, you know, you may have found it already, but you may have missed it. Okay, that's one possibility. Second of all, tarot doesn't work that way. What I mean is that if you are meant to be loved, you are going to be, regardless where, how, whom with, and so on and so forth. There is no such thing for tarot being meant to be with someone. Of course, there are situations when you are meant to experience something with someone, but what that is, you are not supposed to find out until it happens, because otherwise you will be able to change it if you know it. Okay, so where you're gonna find your true love, the best way I can answer, well, that is up to your choices, your actions, and the way you move forward. Well, like you go about how you handle with life. But for your finances, I could have answered. And just if you want to participate into the second free reading, that is going to happen after Scorpio. Why are the planets so hard on Aquarius? I don't know, Rob. I don't know what is going on in the sky. That probably something Pisces Moonbeam can answer right now. I'm not an astrologer, not qualified yet anyway, okay? So I don't wanna say stuff that aren't true. I'm not confident into. But I believe Pisces Moonbeam can say it. Thank you, Sandy, about the dailies. Yeah, and I do enjoy doing them. And it helps me, how can I put it into words, get back into a disciplined way of doing job. Although sometimes I slack right now. For example, I'm going to tell you that, guys, I don't have any dailies for tomorrow. So probably when I'm done with the stream, I'm going to just record the daily before I go to sleep, because I'm going to wake up very late tomorrow and the day is going to be halfway done and there will be no daily. All right, Edith, that's a really good question. And the source is here, okay? Because you may read all the books in, it's no different than, for example, asking what is the best source to learn math. You can read all the textbooks in the world, but if you do not try to understand the matter, you're never gonna be good. So the best source to deepen your knowledge is through practice. That was something that I encountered in university, by the way. How could you put it? It's the expert math, I believe, how you call it, the course, expert math 2. The first time I have encountered so-called integral, okay, and just I was kind of like looking at it and what in the world is that, right? It's an integral equation, and there it is. I mean, the professor explained it, and I said, okay, that's not that difficult. At the end of the day, it's just math, right? Then I went home and I tried to solve one. It was such a disaster, but with time, as I was solving next one, and I was looking at how it's solved and so on and so forth, kind of like it builds it builds a sense, you know. Once you look at the equation that it is unsolved, you kind of know how to solve it. And the same thing, it's with tarot. The more you practice, the more you build up that sense. And once someone asks you a question based on your level of knowledge, the cards answer, and when you turn out the cards based to the question given, you do understand the answer. The problem is here how you are to translate that answer. So the best way to deepen your knowledge of tarot is just to practice it. All right, let me shuffle, guys, and moving to Leo. I was good too. I haven't solved one in about 15 years. I don't even remember what that was. Pisces moonbeam. I don't even remember what it was. All right, for Leo, first one that is going to be the Eight of Swords, followed by the Queen of Swords. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream. So the Queen of Swords is the second one. And the third one for Leo, that is going to be the Page of Swords. Those three cards. And what Leo needs to know it is that you do have oh, all right, yeah. The Four of Swords is about conversations. It is. It's about a it's a conversations, but it is more about a deliberations with someone that can see things from objective standpoint. All right, so back to Leo, right? What was I about to say? So what these cards are showing here is that you do have something like a stopper, like this heavy wedged stone which is holding you back. It is like chains that are not allowing you to push forward, and it seems that you are throwing a lot from yourself into that. This comes from these two cards, guys. Okay, these two cards, Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. And what it boils down to with these cards, it is that, and I'm sorry I'm saying it, most likely does refer to your career here, because according to these cards, it is that you are trying to push forward with an enterprise that you are not qualified doing it, or rather like you're not an expert into it, let's put it that way. All right, so you're not expert into it, and instead of hiring an expert, you are just kind of like crawling into it, but you could have been flying into it. So what you need to know is that if you do ask for help or hire a help, like a counselor, advisor, fixer, physician, whatever, lawyer, right? And that's a valid thing that can happen. You know, you may be going through, I don't know, you may be fired from work, which was unfairly. You are fired unfairly, and you're trying to fight that case on your own, not realizing that if you go to a lawyer, that is just gonna it's just gonna destroy them, right? The lawyer is gonna destroy them if they take your case. So it will be, what do you need to know? It is that wherever you do feel stuck, you gotta seek a professional help. Simple and plain. Sean and Taco, thank you guys so much. Sean for your 10 US dollars, Taco for your 11 US dollars. Thank you guys. Let me put you into the list. Huh. That's an interesting question, Taco. Chandra, thank you so much for your $5 for a unknown. There. All right, so bottom line for Leo, professional help. Okay, if you feel stuck with your health, for example, right now, kind of like you do have some kind of a health issues, like for example, you're dizzy, you're not feeling well, and you're trying to do a healthy lifestyle, but that doesn't work at all, and you are kind of like stuck with that health issue. Well, go to a doctor. That may be nonsensical to some, but believe it or not, there are people who does not like to go to a doctor. I'm one of those, which is very, very wrong in my opinion. Okay, but hey, that's how I am. So yeah, Taco, we were wondering where you are. I thought that you are going somewhere partying, mate. All right, next one. Virgo. First one for you guys, that will be the Magician. Followed on by the second, we do have the Chariot. And the last one, that is going to be the Death. Those three cards. Give me a minute here. Just a second, guys. All right, for Virgo, what do you need to know, guys? That is the cliche, right? Because literally what the cards are speaking here is that you can be whoever you want to be, and you can be with whomever you want to be with. It's as simple as that, and that's why we do have those three major arcana, right? We do have the Magician up front, who is neutral to the Chariot and to the Death card. Rather, like the Chariot and the Death card, they are neutral to the Magician. Therefore, they are inconsequential, right? Therefore, they are there, but you do not get tainted by them, all right? So that means that you can do things with ease, you can go about things with ease as well. And what you need to know is that if you do want to make a big move in your life, for as far as these cards are concerned, now's your time. I mean, by all means, okay? So what is going to be a best thing for you to use that energy? Well, best thing is to build up sovereignty, okay? To build up your place under the sun, so to speak. For example, in your job, to show them who is the boss there, or rather like who is the man. You do have some kind of a skill that you can shine with, And right now I am watching a TV show which I didn't have much of a trust into, okay? But it's actually a really, really good one. It's called A Good Doctor, and kind of like, it makes me think a lot, okay? The thing it is that this person there as this medical doctor that the show is all about, it has a disability, but yet it has a very unique skill. And nobody saw him for what he is at the start, but he was persistent and he built up his sovereignty, and now he is best thing that this hospital has, right? Well, you can do something similar. That is on the professional front. On the career or on the personal front, according to these cards, you can get across. What I mean is that you can lay your vision across, make your points across, and therefore present yourself for exactly who you are. You don't have to change a thing about yourself, and you will find the one that is gonna love you for it. That is what you need to know about as of this moment and as of yourself. So literally what those cards says is that what you need to know is that you are perfect exactly the way you are. If someone doesn't like you, well, that's not your problem, it's theirs. It's that simple with these couple of cards. And they usually these three cards, and such cards usually come about when people have second guesses for themselves, you know, like what can I change with myself to be more accepted or to be more successful? Thing is nothing. Okay, the thing is that you are exactly as you are, and if someone is gonna like you or love you, it will be for who you are, not for something that they want you to be. All right, next one, we do have Libra. I don't even want to show the cards. I don't even want to show them. But anyway, those three. We have the Tower, the Ten of Swords here, and then from the other side, that is going to be the Chariot. You have no idea, guys, that how much I wish to be wrong right now. That's we have here, okay? We have here. It's freaking disaster that we have on our hands. Pretty unfortunate. I know Libra, that's, as whether I like it or not, pretty big role in my life, and I don't like what I'm seeing, okay, but it is what it is. So it's a disaster, but not for you, but for what you have built up until this point. So yeah, I mean, these cards could mean that you may get fired, or you may get your heart broken. It's just is gonna be devastating. It's not gonna be for entirety of your life, but for one of your for a thing of your life, is going to be devastating. And there will be no going back from it. Okay, once it's down, once it's destroyed, it stays like that. Okay. So what you need to know it is that just because, you know, you will suffer defeat, let's put it that way, just because you're going to suffer defeat, that doesn't mean you are going through it, Claudia. I'm sorry about that. Just because you're going to suffer through it, or rather like you will kind of like go through a defeat, that your life is ending. Okay. It's what boils down to here, Libra. It is how much you can look forward. Okay. Or how much you believe that you do deserve better, let's put it that way. Because ultimately when this pummels you down, okay, if you are able to get back up on your feet, you will grow stronger and you will be able to accomplish better things. Why is it happening? Well, it's because the devastation was long overdue, truth be told. Okay, just to give you an example, if it is about your love life and you have been dumped, right, and that devastates you, this relationship wasn't a relationship anymore. It was actually an agony. No different than our political atmosphere right now. Just to give you an example, one day everything was good with our parliament, and on the next day gone. Okay, just out of the blue, one of the political leaders show up and said, "No, I don't want to be a part of it anymore." Just out of the blue, all right. And everything went to shit. And now probably we're facing new elections, new crises. Actually, the country is. I'm not, but that is how it can play out. I was trying to give you an example here. It's just out of the blue, right? And nothing you can do prepares you for it. But the thing is that, you know, if you can look past it, is the impact of these unpleasant circumstances, to say the least, they're gonna pass very quickly and rapidly as well. And after that, you will start growing again. And actually, this whole experience is gonna have a nurturing and growing effect on your life. So what boils down to it is how good you are implementing the chariot in your life, the energy of the chariot, because this kills the tower, all right? And in that particular case, what is the chariot, you may ask? Well, that is the will to push forward in life. That is the determination to carry on, and as well, that is the it's the unwillingness to give up on one's dream. So yeah, whenever you are in a dark place, just remember your goal and let the light of it illuminate your path forward, because that is going to be very important right now. I'm sorry that I had to serve you the bad news, guys, but like I said, it is what it is. So let's see what Scorpio is gonna have. I'm almost scared to watch, or rather like to draw cards for it. Well, thank you, Bree. Yeah. Ooh. All right, so we do have the Hermit, which is a good thing for a change for Scorpio. And then it is the Three of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, we do have a kicker, right? So these three cards. All right, so what do we need to know? It is that first and foremost, at least one around us sees the things the way we see it. At least one around us shares our emotions, and at least one around us approves how we move forward. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. What we need to know right now, it is that whatever we done recently, couple of days ago or a week ago, it's a predisposition for us to have an opportunity to further our goal. So whether your goal was to make successful business, whether your goal was to find a good job, whether your goal was to settle, our goal, because I'm Scorpio as well, whether our goal was to find love, all right, or whether our goal was to have children, or whether our goal was to have a peaceful life, whatever the goal, the means to that goal are shaping and forming. And if not now, currently, very, very soon, we are going to face that rare opportunity to further that goal. That's great. It's, yeah, it's great. So expectations. Wow, very successful business maneuvers. Expectations. Harmonious relationships. Plural, or maybe even singular, right? Harmonious relationship. Expectations, peaceful life, expectations, something to look forward to, okay? Expectations, meaningful future. And that is what we need to know. We do have a future, it's meaningful. What we're holding to, it has a future. And it doesn't look like that we are going to give on it, because whomever is involved into that future, it sees the future exactly the way we do as well. So we aren't going to be abandoned also. You may ask about love, because that's a trend these days. Well, the way you feel toward whomever you feel, at least as of this moment, it's the same way they feel towards you as well. It's in the cards. And that's your chance. That's our chance, actually. Maybe that's the rare opportunity for us to further that goal and to make that harmonious relationship. So yeah, it's a great one. We have the moment and we should use it. All right, so that was for Scorpio. And now we are gonna move to the second break. In that break, and one of you guys is gonna get a free reading from me. All you gotta do is just input a question into the comments down below, and after about 5 minutes, I'm gonna pick one of these questions you have, and I'm gonna perform a professional reading on that question. So if you do want a free reading from me, that is the way you get it. It's gonna be here, it's gonna be public, And yeah, you can start inputting your questions now if you do have any. Of course, anyone who supports me through Super Chat is going to get their reading at the end. That's given. And finally, if you do wish a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which you will find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. So based on your budget and as well your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. But I do recommend live readings on Skype because they get you more value for your money. It's miles more. All right, Brie, on that question, I can tell you the possibilities, but I cannot tell you for certainty. Because it involves choices, and tarot is not meant to make choices for you. All right. Why does Capricorn get pissed? Well, that's their second nature, Charlie. They get pissed from literally everything that doesn't go their way. So, I'm even surprised you're asking. That is because, at least for what I learned, Capricorn takes things very personal and very serious. Everything, even the smallest thing. So something you say or do that kind of seems irrelevant and negligible, it's relevant and important for them. What do you mean, Brie? What do you mean, do I get good results from my general readings? Or you are asking someone else, maybe? I don't do it for that. If I want views and likes, I will approach my readings in a very, very different way. Okay? I don't do it for that. I do it in a way to, can I put it into words? Let's say it that way. The community that it is here, it's a small community compared to some other channels about astrology and about tarot and whatever, but we are a good community. We are not a toxic community, okay? We kind of like get along with one another. And Yeah, and I'm doing my readings in a way to appeal to people that they are, how can I put it into words, they want to think. Okay, people that doesn't want just digested answer like, oh my god, you are gonna fall in love in a couple of days, right, and these kind of stuff. And if I want views and likes, I'm just gonna start sugarcoating things, because that's the market, right? People don't get attracted to negativity. And if you do see the readings I make, I am more like, these are like more like a warning readings. These reading tells you how to get prepared for the future. Therefore, they focus on what is going to be the negative aspect of the future, so you can get yourself prepared. And people, most of the people, they do not appeal to that. They appeal more to the positivity, that you're going to find a well-paid job, that you're going to fall in love in a couple of days, and these kind of stuff. Okay. So, but I do not want to portray that. I don't want to go by it. What I believe it is that you should love what you do, right? If you love what you do, money are gonna find you on their own accord. You're never gonna be left dry. No matter how much you make, you will be happy with what you make, and that's how I am. So, as far as viewing likes, I don't care. Truth be told, are they doing good in comparison to others? No, by a large margin, no. Well, yeah, Rob, you have a point here, but that's the thing. Like I said, people don't like reality; they like fairy tales. Brie, I consider myself successful. I get to do what I love, okay, and that's, if that's not success, I don't know what is. Because to me, success does not measure with how much money you make, but how good of a life you have. And if you make bunch of money, right, if you make millions, but you don't have even a night good sleep because you are worried all the time that someone is gonna screw you over because you made your money through shady schemes, right? Or you do have a lot of competitors because you pissed a lot of people, and so on and so forth. That's not a good life. I don't want these money. All right, Corey asks, is Corey gonna have the sheer will to stop smoking? That's a very interesting question, so let's check it out. All right, Corey, those are the cards. And I don't want to make choices for you, okay? So before you do what I say, maybe it's gonna be best for you to consult with a professional, because I'm not. But according to these cards, Corey, it will take you do have it. It will take a lot of discipline, and according to the cards, you gotta stop. If you decide to stop smoking, that cannot happen in your case gradually, but it should be like instantly. You stop, you say to yourself, okay, I'm not going to smoke anymore, and you stop instantly, like my grandfather did. Do you know what my grandfather did? Well, he stopped. This is something that my grandmother was telling me. Oh, thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. It is that my grandfather, he was a huge smoker, right? Very dedicated smoker, but one day he decided that he's going to stop smoking. And he did, and he always had a pack of cigarette and a lighter available to him, right? And he never took advantage of that. So that is how he tested his will. I tried it, it didn't work out. So that was the moment I understood that the only way for me to stop smoking is if you know, these products go out of markets. You can't find them, you can't buy them legally anymore. That's the way how I'm gonna stop smoking. Yeah, thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. A couple of minutes, guys. I'm gonna move to the last 4 star signs, which are gonna be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally we're gonna have Pisces. Denial, no. Because that's the thing about astrology, numerology, or tarot, or whatever, even Lenormand, you do get to know, right? You do get to know what's gonna happen, but you do not know how, right? So you do get to know your future, but you do not get to understand your future. And you know, that tower card you're talking about, you don't know what that tower card is going to affect, and therefore you cannot avoid it, because it could be something that's, you know, it's going to be completely irrelevant of what you think. Well, Rob, I do enjoy smoking as well. In fact, I can't imagine myself having my coffee without a cigarette. Well, it's a sacrifice then, Corey, isn't it? I mean, you do, whenever you do something you enjoy, you always sacrifice something else, even if you don't know it at that point. I mean, hell, if you enjoy having cake, that is a sacrifice on your health, right? If you do enjoy watching a TV show, that is a sacrifice on your eyes and on your brain as well. It's just a sacrifice. They may be small, but that doesn't make them non-sacrificial. Some things carry more sacrificial debt than other things, but we always sacrifice something when we do things we like. Uh, I'm gonna share something with you guys. We were talking with Pisces Moonbeam, I don't know, was it a week ago or a couple of days ago about that? I think it was a week ago. And she kind of said, you know what, we should make Q&A. So what do you think about it? Q&A about tarot, or about anything you want to, really. I mean, I have almost nothing to hide, and I'm saying almost because everybody has their little secret, right? But I have almost nothing to hide, so I mean, I don't know, it's gonna be fun, I think. So let me know what you think about it. Well, no, I start smoking when I was 15, I believe. Never quit ever since. Yeah, that sounds like fun, I know. So it was in between, it was the summer, in between the 8th and 9th grade. True there. Um, yeah. You are in for the Q&A? Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna do it. Maybe I will. I don't know what you're gonna dare me for. Because, you know, if it is something inappropriate, I can always simulate that, you know, my connection is off. It's just, in fact, the cable is right there. I'm just gonna unplug it. Carmen, I'm on Sagittarius. I'm about to start it in a minute or two. Yeah. Uh, No, it's gonna be only the truth. Well, off the top of my head, I can think at least about 3 or 4 people that is gonna make me a dare. All right, Sagittarius. First one for you guys. We do have the Nine of Pentacles, followed by the Fool, and the final one that we do have, that is going to be the Page of Cups. Those 3 cards. Well, before I go to Sagittarius, no, that's not fair, okay? Because that's an easy way to quit, okay? Because you don't want to do it anymore, okay? Or you don't have any, can I put it into words? You don't have any attachment to it anymore. Now, the thing about quitting is that when you want to do it, you don't have any obstructions to do it, and yet you don't do it. Okay, that's what I call quitting. But you were a fortunate one. Something made you quit. You do it without any resent whatsoever, so it's good for you. All right, back to Sagittarius reading that we do have. You don't have to, what you need to know, guys, it is that you don't have to look very far to find the best friend or a lover, right? That is what you need to know according to these cards. So what they show it is that actually it comes from the three of them. Excuse me. I will. All right. So it actually comes from these three cards. So the first couple of them that I drew, those two, okay, the Nine of Pentacles and the Fool card, they pretty much shows that. How can I put it into words? Starting clean, okay. It's not a good option right now. That is because what you have as an assets on the emotional front, that is, it's enough to make the leap forward you need, whether a leap into relationship or leap into friendship or leap into partnership, whatever, you know, floats your boat. And the other two cards that we have, which are those two, the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, it pretty much means that the person to do it, so it's pretty much around you and they are a lot into you. And because the page, it's a secondary card, it kind of, to me, it speaks that doesn't have to be a particular individual. It is just what you do around you. What I mean is that your presence, your behavior, the way you act, it just attracts people. Okay, that's why you do not need an additional assets or starting anew. Therefore, if you are looking for love, all you gotta do is just look around you. Okay, or if you are looking for a good friend, same thing. I mean, you just have to look around you. It's just you do have individuals or an individual that it is a very, very good match for you. Now, there is a one little detail here. As per these cards stands right now, it seems that the current situation in between you two that you are having, it's not literally ideal. I mean, there are details in it that are irritating or aggravating or both. So it all comes to that. Can you look past it? Can you be more attending to the overview or what can be instead of what is? It all comes to that. And if you can, then what most likely is going to happen is that you are going to change your standpoint toward that person, which is going to open you more toward them, and it's going to open them toward you more. And there you go. Before you know it, you have your leap into the development of that interaction relationship, whether it is a friendship relationship or whether it is a intimate relationship. What you're going to make of it, well, the choice is pretty much for what it seems yours, and it's going to happen with ease. But once again, you will need to have, or rather like clinging to that ability to look past the current irritating details. Now that I think of, I do have a lot of planets in there. In fact, I do. My moon is in there, so that reflects very strongly to me. Bottom line here, guys, it is that you want to be successful, you want to be happy. Well, look around you because you have everything you need to do so. Simple as that. So moving on, next we do have Capricorn. All right, first one for Capricorn, the Knights of Cups, followed by the second one, which is the Knight of Swords. And we do have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, it is the third one. You're scared from what you're scared of. No, Charlie, you aren't. So that speaks about a specific person. Now I need to make it clear, okay? Unlike Sagittarius, here it is a specific person, okay? In Sagittarius, it was you can do it with few people or anyone around, okay? But here we are talking about a specific person. Specific person who would like the things to be different in between you two. That can be seen here from these couple of cards, okay? I would like the things to be different. Actually, the Knight of Swords has a contribution to it as well. But it's a specific person, Capricorn, that wants to have a future. Let's put it that way. He wants to have a future, which you, whether career future or romantic future, whichever the case. Thing it is that you happen to be a dream of theirs, okay? That is how pretty much the Knight of Cups plays around, okay? It happens to be that you are everything they want at this moment, okay? Or whether the business you have is everything they want to be a part of as of this moment, or you as a person is you are everything they want at this moment, and they very well know what they want. Okay, for example, if here we have the Two of Pentacles instead of the Eight of Pentacles, I would tell you that, you know, yeah, they want right now, but kind of like it's not certain for the future. They may go and want something else later on. The fact that we do have the Eight of Pentacles, that is completely different. Okay, what happens is that when you do have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, that is a person who kind of like, first and foremost, they waged the pros and the cons. They scaled the details. They saw what you, let's put it in that way, they saw and they understand fully what, say, you can offer, and they understand fully how things can and or would rather move forward. So, and they are okay with it. Okay, it's kind of like it's a wrong way to say it, but I just can't find another words to say it. Let's put it that way. They do have a plan to make the whole thing works. They just need a green light. And that Knight of Swords, Charlie, that we do have next to the Knights of Cups, it shows that this person just doesn't know how to express themselves or articulate. It's just the fact that we do have these two cards here, okay? It kind of shows that there is a, well, I'm gonna put it that way, that this individual is trying to show that they are stronger than they are, or rather like that they, it's not even that, oh my god. like I said, all right, there you or what you do happens to be what they want as of this moment, and probably for the majority of the part, everything they have ever wanted. It's just they don't want to flush that thing away, okay? And they're trying to show it like, you know, if you are up to it, that's great, but if you aren't, that's okay as well. Well, it is not okay, all right? It's not okay. It's just with that Knight of Swords there, it seems that they don't show what they feel, or and that doesn't have to be that doesn't mean that they do lie. It's just they may not be even aware what they feel right now. So what is that is what you need to know right now. And what, just off the top of my head, what I can advise you is to cut him some slack. That is off the top of my head. But if you know who that one is, and they do have a plan, I would suggest you to trust them. If you are single, should you happen to be single, entirely single, these cards are a clear indication that someone is waiting for you to show up, that you are ready, that now you are ready, okay? But they're not going to make the first move. If you make the first move, they're going to take it from there and carry you on, literally carry you on. But they're not going to make the first move because of that Knight of Swords, okay, being there. Because once they do, that makes them exposed. They don't want to be exposed. Is it? I forgot what the Aries reading is. All right, so moving next, we do have Aquarius. Bree, thank you so much for your 10 US dollars. Thank you, Bree. What do you want? A tarot draw or a Lenormand draw? We do have the Death card with the five of wands, and the third one, that is gonna be the Six of Swords. Genio, thank you so much for your 5 US dollars. Thank you, Genio. Q&A, it's a great idea. All right, we're gonna do it. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, where you're gonna get your personal reading for the topic. What is it you need to know? Do you wish tarot or you wish Lenormand draw? Pretty complicated for Aquarius. It's a pretty complicated one. And I hate that thing here. Oh my god, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut it off. I swear to God. Right off the back here, what you thought it's over, not quite. That is what you need. That is what we need to know. I mean, these two cards, guys. Death card and the Five of Wands. So just at the moment that we are ready to kind of like move on, right? We thought that we put it to bed and kind of like move on to the next thing. Nope, it's coming back. Whether it's an old love or whether it is a unsuccessful one or unsuccessful enterprise, and we thought, all right, well, okay, so we are done with it, right? Moving on to the next thing. Nope, it's not. We aren't done with it for what it seems. And there are going to be circumstances unforeseen from us, okay, that is going to put us right back in bed with it, all right? Whether it is a, like I said, a job situation or a romantic situation. How you're gonna, how can I put it into words? How we are supposed to understand what I'm talking about here? Well, that is a situation that, at least to the best of our estimation, we exhausted every single possibility and it didn't work out, or kind of like it led to where it led, and now it's time for us to just move on, right? Well, wrong once again. There are gonna very, very soon, if not right now happening, there are gonna be some surprising turn of events or a surprising circumstances no one saw coming, that are gonna set into motion one more time what we thought it's over. And that's why I'm saying, you know, it could be some kind of unsuccessful love or unsuccessful job. I'm saying love because that is most likely, because when you are denied for job, it's very unlikely that you are gonna get a second call saying, hearing that they have actually made mistake and they now want to hire you, right? But also, for example, unsuccessful trip, or rather like a plans for trip, and so on and so forth. So be prepared here very soon, if not like right now, to be revoked, right? Revoked into a situation you thought you never have to deal with again. And the whole thing this time around is gonna have better perspective for what I can tell. That comes from this elemental dignity here, right? Because that elemental dignity shows that it doesn't have to end. In fact, it could go in a completely, how can I put it into words, in completely different narration, so to speak. And it actually, it was a bit premature to kind of like pull the plug. Instead, for what these cards are showing it is that this enterprise can give us something good. Let's put it that way. It can give us something good, something to look forward to, but it will require actions at the end of the day. Because how these cards stands, they speak that thing. If you have a dream per se, is just you thinking about it enough to make it work, to make it happen? Because if you think that prayer is the only thing that makes things happen, according to these cards, that's not the case. It's important to have a plan, not to have a prayer. That is how it stands with Aquarius, right? And for as far as I'm concerned, what I need to know, it is that it isn't over yet. Hello, Leah. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday, yeah. What deck am I reading with? It's the Quest Tarot deck. I can tell you, I can show you the box, but it's an old one that I bought. I bought it 10 years ago, and it's a Bulgarian print. Okay, so let me show you the box. That's the box. It's called Quest Tarot, right? Quest Tarot. But this is how it looks like, even in English. It is just the letters are different. That's Cyrillic. All right, so that was Aquarius, and finally we move to Pisces. All right, for Pisces, first one, that is going to be the Two of Cups, Pisces Moon. With the you are Pisces Moon. Oh, yeah. With the Five of Pentacles, and the final one that is going to be the King of Wands. Those three cards. Well, if I knew better, I would say that we do have a healing broken heart, so to speak. That comes from these couple of cards here, guys. Those two. Two of Cups, Five of Pentacles. These are a passive friends, and what pretty much points it is the more difficult it is for the love to work out, let's put it that way, the more one is falling in love. I hate that. Oof, I hate that. Because it makes it kind of like more tumultuous, isn't it? But also what these two cards are speaking, especially for you Pisces who are single, well, they show that it is highly likely that you either already found or you are about to find a person who is going through a similar emotional state, and that is gonna pretty much bind you. So just to give you an example, let's say that you recently had a breakup, really tumultuous one, and that person went through the same thing, and it is just, you know, that is something that kind of like links you together, and it's something that is gonna put a common ground. It's something that is gonna make you fall for each other. Bottom line here is that with these two cards, it's highly likely that within the next few days, maybe few weeks as well, you will see that love is not something you can control. Love is not something you can shape. Love is not something you can command. It is. And it shapes the way you see things. Okay, if things aren't working out with you, that is with your love life, that is because you are trying to have it the way you think you should, instead of just letting yourself be in it. And also there is someone here, not someone in particular, but someone, it could be more than just on one person, that's with their behavior, okay, with their behavior, they are killing it, not in a good way. They are killing it. They are killing your emotional incentive toward them. It is because they are, I don't want to say competitive, but it is like they care more about their own personal experience than a cumulative person, than a community. There is no such thing as a cumulative personal experience, but as a cumulative experience. Okay, so they care more about how they will be in it and how the world is gonna see them in it, rather than they care about being with you right now. So what you need to know, it is that if whom you are in love with or what you are in love with doesn't make you happy, it doesn't make you want to change the way you live, it's not worth it. That is what you need to know. And again, this is a tarot reading. By all means, you should make your own choices. And if you think it is worth it, by all means, go forward with it. But according to these cards, it doesn't. And as far as you going for love, it should be such that connects you on more than just, you know, physical level, that it connects you on a mutual understanding. It's just you can understand the struggles of the other and they can understand yours as well. All right, so that finishes up the Pisces, and now the last free reading is gonna take place, guys. The last break. So if any of you wants a free reading, now is the time to ask a question that you do wish to be answered through tarot. Gambling. Through this, I was never into gambling. Yeah, Janelle, you will have your tarot reading. Yes, I'm not gonna draw Lenormand for you, but gambling, I was never into gambling. People say it's addictive, right? It's very addictive. That's what people say. And I tried gamble once or twice. I won both times. Never felt good. It felt wrong. It felt awkward. I had that kind of like twist in my stomach. It made me, I was almost to puke. It's to vomit. It's just, I guess it's not my thing. Or maybe I'm immune to it, thank God. Well, it's all it does. There are a lot of psychology behind it, and right now there is a big controversy about even video games, that they are pushing gambling called loot boxes, and they're pushing it to kids. Okay, because if you do have a kid and your kid plays on a phone, right, a mobile video game, there are those kind of like microtransactions codes. I don't know. I never played on phones, but I imagine it plays like that. You play the strategy game, and the game bombards you with, hey, if you spend $10 on that, you have a chance, you know, on this loot box, you have a chance to win this, this, and this, you know, and you spend $10 and you take your chance. Right now, there is a big franchise that released a video game that it has an outrageous monetary system. Okay, I just can't believe that they did it. All right, that is a company which paved the way, and they sunk so low. It's beyond my fathom. But in any case, bottom line is that you gotta pay $25 to make a run that you don't know what you're gonna get at the end. You are guaranteed to get something, but you don't know what you are gonna get at the end. And again, you if you are able to make the run, which is, oh my, it's so bad. It's just, I don't know. Oh my God. Hello, Sam. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I mean, three things. That's yeah, I play mainly Xbox. But it is not Xbox. It's a mobile game. But the things that ruins your life, not just only your marriage or your relationship, the things that you ruin your life are drugs, alcohol, gambling. And gambling is the worst, okay? Because if you are, for example, into, let's say, sex, you know, you like going for gigolos or prostitutes or whatever, I mean, you're gonna spend money for sex. You're gonna have sex every day, right? And you're gonna spend money and spend money. How much money you are gonna spend, right? Or you like to drink, you're gonna spend money on luxury alcohol. You're gonna drink yourself to out of consciousness every day. You're gonna drink. How much you're gonna drink, right? How much money you're gonna spend on it. Same thing, you know, is on drugs. I mean, on drugs, I mean, there is a line that you cannot cross. But gambling, you can gamble your life like that for a second. You can literally lose everything for a second. And not just only lose, but you can get indebted so much that you cannot crawl yourself from that. That's why gambling, I think it's the worst. Sherry, thank you so much for your 11 US dollars. Thank you, Sherry. What do you want? Do you want a tarot draw or Lenormand draw? It's I don't know what kind of a flavor it is. The brand, it's a Bulgarian brand. It's called G Vape, and it's Camelus. It's Camelus here. I cannot show it to you because the camera can't focus. But it's close to normal cigarettes, but it is smellless. You can't smell it. All right, Cherry Tarot it is. Final Fantasy, I never gave it a chance. Currently what I am playing now on my PC, I'm playing Battle Brothers. That's the best game ever made. Give it, guys, a shot. That's if you are into playing video games, it's an amazing game. On my consoles right now, I'm playing Vampire and Diablo as well. Diablo 2, to be honest, Resurrected. Yeah, Sam, that's true. I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol at all. All right, so we don't have any questions for the last reading giveaway. Let me check again, but yeah, Rob, about the live streams, usually we're doing it Thursday and Sunday, or Thursday and Monday. But due to real life, we had to push it for tonight. instead of doing it yesterday. So oh yeah, I am a smoker. All right, we just received a question. I'm going to take this one. Guidance for my love life, please. Marilyn Berry asks. Will I get married this year? Not a chance, Brie. I don't even have a girl that likes me, let alone get married. What are you talking about? In our country, we do have that expression, being lonely like a dog, meaning that you don't even have any options available right now. So no. All right, Marilyn, guidance for your love life. But not in the way that Jessica, not in the way that is supposed want to be liked for a marriage. Okay, you like me as a person, not as a boyfriend. So again, Marilyn, those are the 3 cards for you. Guidance for your love life. Well, Marilyn, I don't know if you are single or not, because it does make a difference how to interpret those cards. Should you find yourself single right now, according to them, you don't have to look very far, all right? You do have an opportunity to jump into a relationship currently. It is just you gotta make it consciously. What I mean is that it's not gonna happen on its own. With the person that you can be in a relationship, you have to kind of like negotiate it, okay? But it could go for a long run. How you're going to recognize that person? Well, that person supports you, but they do not, they are not shy from the truth. What I mean is that if you are to be criticized, they're first to jump into criticism with you. Why is that? Well, because they do wish you the best, and they wish you to succeed, and therefore that is someone that you can always have a fruitful conversations with. You have a boyfriend, you say, then from what those cards are showing here, it is that you have to now confront and display what makes you unhappy. You gotta be the one who criticize, okay? And you should not be afraid by it. And by doing so, that will put a stir into the relationship that you do have, okay? And simply you will find out, or you and your boyfriend, you will realize what is gonna make that relationship more enjoying and more exhilarating and more sensual and more joyful, and is gonna make you realize what is gonna make it move forward. Like I said, no, that is a girl that was around me 5 years ago, even more than that. So even if there is a girl around me, nothing really happens. Yeah, you do. All right, so let's move to the super chat now. I'm gonna make myself a Lenormand draw. Lenormand draws, these are gonna be at the end. Actually, we do have only two, which is gonna be only mine and Sandy. Rest, we all have tarot draws. I highly doubt that. No. No harm done, Rob. No harm done. Wow, Brie lonely as a dollar bill. Yeah, but with a dollar bill, you still can do something, I guess. All right, Pisces Moonbeam, what was your question? Let me check it again. All right, Pisces Moonbeam. That will happen. Which means that if you do what you plan, you're gonna have it, or if you do what you are asking, ultimately by the end you're gonna have it your way. So it's one shot, two birds. Okay, two birds with one shot. Karen, what is it you need to know as of this moment? We do have for you, Karen, Four of Wands. With this card, a few things you need to know. First, it is that if you, how can I put it into words? It will be a good thing for you to start socializing right now, because what you need to know it is that your environment is very, very benign for expanding your social circle. Other than that, according to the card, itself, Karen, you did everything right, and now it's time to step up your game. I don't know what the card means of it, right? But it's time for you to step up your game. And the final thing that you need to know is that your hard work is going to produce results. Mattia, what is that you need to know? Ooh. We do have these two cards for you, Mattia. Hold on a second. These two cards. So Ace of Swords with the Queen of Wands. First and foremost, they speak about spiritual strength, but that is a spiritual strength for you to materialize. Okay, this isn't just a spiritual strength to believe into something, but to make what you believe in. Primarily focused business-wise, with this Queen of Wands being there. Okay, it seems that whatever business maneuvers you do have in mind, they will end up being successful. It is because what you need to know, it is that you do know everything. Okay, what I mean by that, it is, how can I put it into words? It is that you do have all the information needed, and even more than that, to make an informed decision about your business and about future business actions and business strategies and so on and so forth. And it does look like that this is going to end up being very, very successful. Another thing that you need to know, it is that very soon, if not right now, someone is going to tell you the truth, which is going to set you free. I don't know, again, I do apologize for that. Again, probably about a business. So very not sensitive, but important and moving forward information in regards to business is going to come your way that will allow you to basically excel. All right, next one. Sandy, you do want Lenormand. Chandra, your card, what do you need to know as of this moment? Chandra, we do have the Justice card here with the Three of Wands. Okay, so these two cards, according to the cards, Chandra, it's I put it into words. It again mostly reflects to your business and personal life, but under personal life, I mean personal growth. And the cards want you to know that you can do better. Okay, you can do definitely better by managing your time in a better way and by making your choices in a way that you are more accountable toward the results. I don't know how to put it into words. But if you are accountable toward yourself, first and foremost, your choices in regards to your work and in regards to how you handle your life on daily basis are going to produce simply much, much better results. And if you do manage your time in a better way, or rather like your priorities in a better way, you will find strength, or rather like resources, to add even more on your plate. So if you are feeling overwhelmed right now, that is because you are throwing resources into priorities which are not priorities. Anna, your card is the Queen of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Lovers here. And that's funny, Anna, it is because very recently we had a reading with you that you asked about a choice, right? You are about to make a choice. Thank you, Sandy, for the $3 which are meant for Rob. Let me put it into the list. So Rob, make sure you stick for a little bit longer, where you're gonna have your draw. So like I was saying, we had a reading where you were asking about choices. And I do believe it reflects on that. It is because what the cards are showing here is that it's not even up to a decision, right? You are working on a thing or something which you haven't even reached a fraction of how good you can be in it. Okay? So according to these cards, or what these cards want you to know, it is that you should keep up doing what you are already doing, because you do have potentials which are heretofore unexplored, and you should not stop doing it until you do not explore those potentials. And primarily touches in the field that you are feeling dissynchronized with, that you are having problems in right now. And those problems can be solved, but they will be solved by you being persistent and by you developing your potential in it. I think we both know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to say it right now because this is going to pretty much give up on your sensitive and personal information. But I think we both know what I'm talking about right now. All right, next one. That will be Jessica. Will this week's event gonna be positive or a negative? Those couple of cards. The Four of Pentacles with the Tower, I would say more positive than negative. Okay, there will be some unpleasant circumstances which are surrounding the event, Jessica, but for the most part you are going to handle it very, very well. And actually quite a few times you will end up dodging the bullet. Okay, and this event is gonna help you stabilize. I don't know what the event is all about, but by the end of it you will feel very secured for the future that this event touches. Okay, so bottom line is that it's gonna be positive, because if something ends well, then it's going well. Sean, what is that you need to know as of this moment? We do have these two cards for you, Sean. All right, the High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles. So you do have a indomitable and benevolent support that it's never gonna go away. Okay, either from an organization, a circle of people, or one particular individual, Sean. That person never gonna give up on you, no matter what you do, no matter how you stand, no matter what you say. But also this person is not going to kind of like sugarcoat things for you either. Okay, they will be always there to tell you what you messed up, should you messed up something, and then they will be there to support you fixing it if it can be fixed, or they will be there to support you moving on if you can move on. Thing it is that you, for the rest of your life, you have someone to, or some shoulder to lean on. It's not excluded that that person really loves you. I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, really, really loves you. They always seek cooperations with you, to spend time with you. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for your another 7 Canadian. Thank you, Jessica. I assume that is because you like the answer. Taco, I have a friend who is doing tarot readings for me. Can I fully trust their readings? Hey, Lawrence. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great time. Ten of Swords, Six of Wands. For according to these cards, and I'm getting a bit jealous because I'm not your Probably I'm not that friend, but yes. I mean, this is beyond the reasonable doubt for what we have here. It is beyond the reasonable doubt. You can trust them. None. We do have the Knights of Cups for you. None. And the Knight of Cups is showing that because I know your situation here, if that refers to your situation, that you're gonna start crawling your way backwards. But this card, it is showing that what you need to know, it is that you can accomplish a lot. In a sense of that right now, if you have the strength to put the work, now is the time for you to put the work, because whatever results comes your way, they will be completely reciprocal to your actions. So if you want to get back on your feet, you can, and you gotta start doing it like right now. Other than that, for what you need to know as of this moment, well, there is a, how can I put it into words? You gotta start doing what you like to do, what you love doing, and that is gonna help you kind of like move forward. Oh, Lawrence, yeah. We did all the star signs. Now I am on the super chat. Bree. No date. No, that's timeless one. The magician Bree with the moon. All right, do you know what these cards are showing, Bree? Imagine that your faith, it's a ship, okay? That it is kind of like sailing in the ocean. And instead of allowing the drift to control your ship, you firmly have your hand on the wheel of the ship. What you need to know is that right now you do control your fate, and you do get to do whatever you want until kind of like the universe swipes you in once again into some kind of a rails. So if you have some kind of a crazy idea, if you do want to accomplish something out of character, okay, if you do want to build up your personal standing that it is out of character, now is the freaking time. Okay, instead of having some kind of how can I put it into words, a imperial power, right, that have control over what you are to experience in the world, now you get to decide that for yourself and push forward. The best thing I can tell you here, it is that you should try to alter those fields in your life that you are feeling uncertain about, okay, that you do not know why things are happening that way, what the circumstances are leading to, and so on and so forth, okay? So that is where you should focus on. But bottom line, Bree, it is that now you can make the magic happen, okay? Things that otherwise were prohibited for you to manifest, now you can do it. So I guess you gotta be brave. Janelle, your card is the Knight of Wands. And what you need to know, Janelle, is that currently there are a lot of interesting stuff around you. Okay, there are a lot of can I put it into words? People which find you interesting and that you are gonna find them interesting as well. Amongst them, there is one shining that can make your life much exciting. I don't want to say happy, I would say exciting. Now this person, it's ready to give you a helping hand no matter what, and it's willing to get to the very end for as long as he finds the situation interesting. Okay, so we do have a very enterprising individual around you which is willing to give it a go. The question is what tool, and can you keep up with it? Because with this one, they are dictating the rules, or like they're dictating, yeah, it is the rules, how things are going to work out. And do you agree to comply is the question. Next one, Sherry. Those two cards, we do have the Queen of Swords with the Nine of Swords here, okay? So what do you need to know? It is that you do have a person around you as well that can solve all of your problems. And when I say solve, I literally mean destroy and annihilate your problems. For example, Sherry, if you have been done wrong to you, right? If something wrong had been done to you, that's a lawyer which is gonna simply wipe the floor with those that did you wrong. Let's say you have been wrongfully fired. That lawyer is gonna kind of like milk them for all they got, right? Or you do have a severe health issues. That's a medical doctor which is gonna find out what is wrong with you and assign a effective treatment. You have problem finding out a new place. Well, that's an agent, a real estate agent, who is gonna find exactly the place you need. That's just a person who is gonna solve the problems you have the biggest concern for. And Rob, let's check out your card. Thank you, Sam. All right, Rob. We have the Ten of Pentacles for you. Okay. And according to the cards, what do you need to know? It is that you can get away from some kind of a dependency. For example, if you are dependent of a person, you can break that link. Okay, if you are dependent on, I don't know, smoking, for example, you can quit smoking. If you are dependent of a loan, you can repay back the loan in a certain way. It is just very soon, if not right now, the way out of a dependency is going to be revealed to you. And the second thing that you need to know is that a person you had a history with is going to try to get back into your life. Now, that doesn't mean that it has to be an ex, right? It could be an old friend you lost touch for a very long time, like 10 years, for example. And now suddenly it's through a weird coincidences, you cross paths one more time. What you're going to do with it is entirely up to you. You can decide to give the man or the woman a chance, or you may decide it isn't worth it. But what you need to know it is that whatever foot you ended up this thing with, or on rather, okay, you may ended up on the wrong foot or on the right foot, whichever way. This person learned their lesson, and for as far as the card is concerned, they do deserve a second chance. Are you going to give them? That is entirely up to you. Next, we do have two Lenormand readings. One is mine, and I'm doing that as a dare, okay? Because Pisces Moonbeam, it's freaked out by the Lenormand cards. And I'm daring myself with them. So first one is mine, and the last one is gonna be Sandy's, the second one. Right. All right, these are the cards. It seems that I'm gonna fall sick of a something. So yeah. And next one is, and the way I'm sneezing, I can totally see that now that I think of. And Sandy, Yol, and Normand. Those two? Those three? I will draw one more. Well, Sandy, these are a lovely conversations that may lead to a job offer. Okay. That is one way to see it. And the other way to see it, it's someone is gonna tell you that they love you simultaneously via phone calls and as well via text messages, emails, and that should be someone you're working with, but that's by a long shot. I believe that we do have a lovely conversations back and forth that regards to a job offer. But so with that said, guys, this is going to conclude the stream. You're welcome, Rob. That's gonna do it, guys. Like I said, I hope you do enjoy the stream, and we're gonna see each other Sunday or Monday. I will try to announce it earlier, okay? So you are notified. They bought fifth. Well, yeah, I mean, well, then take a pick, Sandy. Take a pick. I hope it is the one that you want the most. But in any case, see you soon, guys. I love you. We're gonna see each other very, very soon. Bye.